Welcome to another show of Relentless Reviews. I am your host, as always, Joshua Englander, but I am not the one stealing the show today. I have Catherine Jovey over there in Toronto through Skype, and pray that this interview holds up. How are you doing today, Catherine?
I am great, and how are you?
I'm doing just wonderfully. By the way, before we begin, do you prefer Catherine or Kat? Do you have a preference?
I have no preference, but on the show I'm Kat, so I tend to lean towards that when doing these kinds of things.
Yeah. Well, fair enough. So, let's get started. Now, this is your easy question. So, what does 3KB mean to you right now? Obviously, I think it's been one of the biggest roller coasters you guys have had ever in your lives, considering your partnership with G2PO, considering how many viewers you guys have. I'm sure if I asked, you guys would just say it's surprising that you got that amount of viewers, but what does the show mean to you specifically right now, considering where you're at in your life and considering what you hope for in the future?
Well, I mean, the show was a lot of fun. We originally started it just because we liked having these nerdy conversations on our own, and then we thought, why don't we film this?
Yeah.
And I actually missed the first review when we did Paranormal Activity. I had to work until midnight, so I missed the screening downtown.
Right.
But from then, we just kind of kept going, and then we got really lucky with that taking off. Phil DeFranco also took interest in us, which helped us get those viewers and whatnot.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it being the summertime, views are down, which is sad, but the show's a lot of fun, and it's just, it's an excuse for me to get to do more nerdy things in my life. I love video games and movies, obviously, but this forces me to play all the new stuff and to watch all the new stuff, and I love that. It's a great excuse, especially with my boyfriend. I'm like, oh, I gotta play this game for 8 hours right now.
He's
Sorry.
like, really? He's like, really? You'll play with me?
Weirdly enough, the main guy is not that into video games. He does play, though. He is good.
Really?
The ones he does play, he's awesome at, but he's not a hardcore gamer.
That's gotta be a plus. You know, like, that's what they always tell me. Why do you know, I don't know if you've watched any of my reviews. If you haven't, it's fine. But why, they always tell me you only get like 30-40 views usually per video. Why do you keep making them? And I always tell them because otherwise I'm going to be talking to my mother and she doesn't want to hear me for 2 hours straight. So
well, I mean, and if you keep going, eventually views do compile. I mean, also doing collaborations is great too.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, I've already done interviews with Jason and Mike, and they haven't told me anything or given me shout-outs, but now you complete that puzzle. So, next question. Now, I know you've talked about how you started the show. You guys came up with the idea, but how did you originally meet Mike and Jason? I know that you dated Jason for a bit, but how did you meet Mike? Was it through Jason?
Yeah, through Jason. Mike just came over randomly to hang out. We, saw movies, played video games, chilled, whatnot, just because Mike is one of Jay's oldest friends, so that's how I met Mike. And Mike is so chillin'. He's hilarious, obviously, as anyone who watches 3KB can tell.
Yeah.
So he was always my favorite friend of Jay's. He was always up to go to whatever. He came to my birthday parties and stuff.
Yeah, and every time Mike could tell good jokes and Jason couldn't, Jason always felt down after that, didn't he?
Of course.
Yeah, I figured. So, moving along, now, obviously, you love movies and video games, but I've never gotten an answer or really an idea. Do you prefer one or the other?
Ooh, I really do think it depends on your mood. I mean, a movie is just there to entertain you. It involves no thought normally to be put in it, which is fun, and I used to be more into acting and whatnot, so I really loved it for that aspect.
Yeah.
Now I'm getting more into the cinematography and the CGI and all that cool stuff. But video games, you have to think, you have to get your mind involved, and that's so cool, and I really like that it's hands-on, and that you have to, and that there's all these characters, and it's like watching a movie. I mean, Uncharted 3 is basically a movie where you're in control, which is awesome. I love that. Amazing.
It's true.
So I don't know if I could pick. I mean, I think it just depends on the mood, If I just want to sit back and chill and be entertained and eat some food, then a movie for sure. If I want to actually be involved and use my brain, probably video games.
True. So, what do you prefer, though, then? A movie that, because I know you like action, a movie that simply is about kicking ass but has, like, one of the worst stories ever, or a movie that has a great story but has little to no action, a lot of slow scenes? Which one, if I put a gun to your head, which one would you prefer? And by the way, I would never do that. It would probably end up being a toy gun.
A bubble gun.
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh, that's hard. I mean, if the action scene... Oh, okay, let's think here. Eon Flux had a lot of great action scenes. The story was decent, but not amazing. Would I rather watch that or Taylor Tinker Soldier? Probably the action.
Have you seen Taylor Tinker Soldier?
I have. It's the only movie I've fallen asleep through in the theater.
Yeah,
I felt that. Maybe I was just tired. I don't know. The older I get, the more ADD I seem to be in movies, and the slower scenes hurt me a little.
That's totally the opposite of my mother, but I could totally see that. So, yeah, I totally agree, by the way, because I love Tinker Tailor Soldier, but it's so hard to watch it through 2.5 hours. I hate
it's
to do
hard.
that.
Maybe if I had food.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, yeah, definitely. So, favorite actor?
Oh,
All time. I don't care. 8 or 1.
Okay. Edward Norton's amazing, and Joseph Gordon-Levitt probably.
Oh, of course. Don't go on about that. You're gonna make me jealous. You know that. I used to be an actor, and man. So, favorite actress?
Favorite actress? Natalie Portman is amazing in everything she's in, but I like Charlize Theron a lot. Although recently, I don't know.
Really?
You know, in that Snow White movie, she was a little much.
Yeah, but I thought she was great. I mean, just for what they gave her, she was great. She's great at
Fair
that
enough.
role. But yeah, I would totally agree. But now, is there an idol you look up to? It could be an actor or actress. I don't care. Any particular idols?
Well, I definitely think that Meryl Streep is amazing. Streep is amazing at playing those character roles, and I definitely have respect to how she's such a chameleon. She blows my mind. She's ridiculous. But I used to really idolize Angelina Jolie because she did all these kick-ass girl movies like Tomb Raider. That was so cool. But she's just so crazy.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, my friend's in love with her, but yeah, she is crazy. Now, any other interests besides movies and games? I know you love those two, but I mean, I talked with Mike about this. He said one of the things he found fascinating was how moronic over here in America some of the government is. Do you have any other interests that could be American or could be Canadian? I don't care.
I mean, nothing like that. I'm surprised that Mike didn't talk about UFOs. He loves him some UFOs.
He mentioned that, but you know, I think he's gone on a lot of detail about that, but you know.
Fair enough. I don't know. I mean, no huge issues like government type things, but I mean, I'm very into photography and editing and things like that. I mean, I do a lot of that on the side because 3KB does not pay my bills.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, advertising and stuff like that is definitely a big interest of mine. I'm working on a portfolio actually currently.
Oh.
But yeah, I guess those are the music is a huge thing of mine. I don't know if you've ever watched Cat Chat, but I used to post tons of stuff about bands and music.
Oh yeah,
and
I stalk your channel. I'm not a creeper. I'm totally a creeper, but I stalk your channel.
Yeah, I've been slacking on that. I think I might pause again for the summer on Cat Chat.
It's true, yeah. I mean, for example, I know that I know that you like Singing in the Rain, so because I saw it among your favorite videos, I was just like, oh, okay. Boom.
That movie's so good. I watched it 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Oh, is that why?
Oh, no. Oh, no. Shh, please, I grew up on that movie. But no, I watched it again, like for the 8th time.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know if you're like this, but every time I see a movie, it's particularly with a movie, but whenever I see something or do something and it's on my mind, I always want to go online and just find something about it, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
when you can't get it off your mind. It's like listening to a song you can't get out of your head.
Yeah, except for something like Ghost Rider, but you know what I mean.
But there's YouTube video. Now it's YouTube video.
Exactly, right. Now, I want to talk about 3KB again. Now, obviously the news bites thing has sort of become more of a factor into the show, sort of been creeping in more and more, just like myself, into your 3 lives. Now, why do you think that like news bites is better than your reviews now? Like, because it seems like your reviews are almost getting, I mean, of course this has to do with YouTube too, but a lot of your news bites are getting a lot of views while your reviews are kind of sort of on the shoulders. I mean, and then you have other people.
Well, the news bites I think are more exciting headlines. The tags in them are more exciting, and it's something that a ton of people aren't doing. Like, there are people, obviously, that do news. I mean, Phil DeFranco, for instance, does news. His news is hilarious. But, I mean, doing just nerdy news like that and doing it every day like the boys do, I help out as well, but the boys are on it.
Oh,
the
right.
boys.
Right. Right, of course.
And we always try to have snappy titles, you know. Nintendo sucks, or things that people will go, what the hell? I have to click on this and find out what they're saying. And I think that's why those are doing a lot better than like our review of Spider-Man or whatever.
Yeah. What's more fun though for you?
Probably the real reviews. I mean, Newsbites is fun in that we have to do it in one take, so there's that pressure, and we end up sometimes doing it 4 or 5 times, which is just ridiculous. But then we really have the flow. You can tell the ones that we've done it a couple times.
Of course, yeah.
But I mean, that one's tricky because we really do it in one take, and that can be quite difficult sometimes. We tend to talk on top of each other a lot, and it's rough. Well, the reviews are easier because there's editing, but I'm sure Mike and Jay both prefer the others because there's no editing involved.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's why, everyone tells me you should cut some of the stuff, even if you mess up a little bit, cut it out and make yourself look better. But I always, because I'm an aspiring journalist, and I say that one take is what they want you to do, because you're not going to do that on live TV, although internet journalism is the future. But it's so interesting how so many people have such problems with that. Is it because you're just worried about screwing up all the time?
I mean, I don't think we're worried about people seeing us screw up. We definitely do those bloopers and whatnot at the end. I think YouTubers love bloopers and find it hilarious to see us trip over our own words or say something ridiculous, etc. So I don't think it's a worry. It's just we want to look somewhat professional when we're doing the news, at least as much as we can.
Yeah.
And I mean, definitely not screwing up is helpful. Although, I mean, there's news bites where we step on each other and go, blah, and we just continue because, it's the 5th take and we're thinking this is as good as it's getting.
It's not like you say you do it in one take, but if you mess up, then you'll go, oh, we'll just do it again.
If we mess up horribly, like beyond reason, or if someone says something that's totally wrong accidentally, then we'll be like, whoa. No, that can never be aired. We have to do it. We usually it's maybe 2 times, but often, recently especially, 1 take.
So that was part 1 of the Relentless Reviewers interview with Catherine Jovey from 3 Kilobytes. If you want to check out part 2, hit his channel up in the description, and you can also check out his interviews with Jason Hooft and Mike Colangelo from 3 Kilobytes. Thank you for watching. This has been JB. Bye.